You know what's mad about that as well? Like, I believe that, like, and I don't think I've hit it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I haven't hit this thing where there's a thing that runs over your head. And my guitarist Danny Connors, he taught me this, yeah, and I believe it. That there's a river of melody in it, and when you write a song, it hits the river of melody, it becomes a hymn, and every song in this river of melody is exactly the same. So all these songs that people hit, they're exactly the same, yeah, but with their own thing on it, which becomes this fucking mysterious kind of mystery of pure magic, and it's mad.
Yeah.
And I wanna get in a rubber dinghy and fucking float down it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so for anyone who doesn't know who Tom Grennan is, he is the lean, mean, tuneful machine, optimum fighting weight, Mr. Oh Please himself, Tom
I like
motherfucking Grennan in the house.
that. I like that. I'm gonna nick that. That's been put in my pocket 100%.
Exactly. You can have that MC introduce you every time you come on stage with just
Yeah,
that.
exactly. You can be my new hype man.
Exactly, Mr. Oh Please himself.
I like that.
And also,
How have you been through this all?
yeah, I mean, it's been weird because, I mean, we had a few shows with Ashcroft, which we had to obviously put back, and then started doing these interviews face to face.
Right.
We got about 4 done, and then obviously it was like,
Yeah.
so then we had to kind of figure out how to do it, you know, so it's decent quality. But yeah, it's been cool because I live out in the countryside.
Yeah, I know.
And unless you turn the news on, it's like
Of course.
It's really quiet. The birds are singing, listening to loads of music, and then obviously you turn the news on and you go, shit, actually, it's.
I was watching a lot of news at the start of it, but man, I've not watched the news in ages now. It was depressing me, man, and like, of course, it's mad what's going on, but like, I'd rather not know, mate.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather just get on with things and but it's mad.
Yeah, it is.
It's mad. Yeah.
But I mean, and congratulations as well for Radio 1's Tune of the Week.
Yeah, man. It's like I said, putting Oh Please out was obviously a scary thing because I was like, I'm not going to be able to promote it. I'm not going to be able to go places to sing it. I'm not going to be able to like go into radio stations. I'm not going to be able to do anything. However, man, it's been the best start I've had when putting out a song, and like it just goes to show you, like, there was another song that we were going to release, but I just wanted to release Oh Please, man. Like, the music that I love is Motown. I love soul and I love hip hop and and that Oh Please has got all that kind of entwined into it, and like I didn't want to put out as I would call it, a bait pop song. I wanted to put out a song that I would like to listen to.
Yeah.
That actually hits me when I listen to it, even though it's my own song.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not saying the other one didn't, but the other one was a bait pop song. But this one is like, it feels cool, man, and it kind of shows other people. Like, I hope anyway that it shows that I've got a bit more depth to my music as well than just like what I've put out previously, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, I mean, Lighting Matches is a great record, and obviously...
Yeah. Do you know what it is about Lighting Matches as well, yeah? Like, when I was writing Lighting Matches and when I put out Lighting Matches, I didn't really have a Scooby-Doo what I was doing because I'd never really been into music.
Yeah.
And I was never like a kid who was making music. I wasn't like... I didn't chill with the music heads at school until later on, until like I was 18, when I was 17, 18, when I went into A-levels. So when I got signed and when I was like, I've got to make an album, I didn't have a clue what I was doing. So, like, and at that time, when I kind of got into music, it was the Kooks, it was the Bombay Bicycle Club, it was like all the Arctic Monkeys, all the indie bands I was listening to. with like the music heads at school. So that kind of got entwined with me, and then lighting matches happened, and it kind of got put into an indie category. And like, I love indie music, will always love indie music. However, like, I didn't really. I think that album needed to come out of me. However, like, with this new album, I've definitely like changed it up, and it's not in that indie world anymore. I don't believe so. I'm excited to see what the fans of Lighting Matches say about it, because there's a lot of indie fans who like Lighting Matches. So I'd like to know and I can't wait for them to know what they're saying about it, because it's definitely not in that, like I say, it's not in that world anymore, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's interesting you said you didn't have a Scoobies, what you were doing when you made your first album.
Yeah.
It's like, because obviously you got a deal really like unexpectedly, didn't you? You know, just playing in the pub.
Yeah. It was out of the blue, man. I was just in a pub doing like an open mic night gig, and luckily enough there was like a label in there, and they were like, "Have you got a manager? Have you got a lawyer? Have you got this?" I'm like, "What are you on about, mate?" And then it kind of all just happened like quickly, and I only had like 6 or 7 songs at that time. So yeah, like I didn't have a clue what I was really doing. I just wanted to, I just went into rooms with people, and then we created Lighting Matches. But it was all kind of like it didn't really have like a structure to it. It was all kind of just mix match songs, you know what I mean? Which ended up kind of fitting onto this album. But for like a debut album, and like I said, I think that album needed to come out of me, because it had that influence of indie, but it also had that little hint of soul, and it needed to come out of me. So when I say I didn't have a Scooby, at the time I didn't have a Scooby, but now reflecting on it, I now know that album definitely needed to come out of me, and it definitely has allowed me to be able to grow into an artist, and give me room to improve, and give me kind of space to grow. So yeah,
and also it's like, I'd imagine like I was in the same boat when my band got signed and we made our first album, and then the second album was the one we really wanted to make, but we had to make the first one
100%
to get it out, to understand what it is we're doing, and then go, okay, we might not do that again, we'll do it this way this time.
100. And like, everybody was like, the dreaded second album, how are you gonna get into it, and like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I've enjoyed the second album process way more than the first album, because I know I had something to talk about. I had an idea, I had the sound in my head, I had all that kind of cemented, so I knew what I was going into the room, and I was gonna be creating. So this whole second album malarkey is mad, because I loved making my second album.
Yeah, totally. So have you done it like, because obviously the first one you did it in like bits and dribs and drabs here and there, going into different studios, different people.
Yeah.
Was this one more like as a concentrated time period?
I kind of picked like 3 or 4 like producers that I really wanted it to produce it. So I kind of stuck with them 4 people, and like they were on my, like Dan Gretsch, who's amazing. Who else has produced it? A guy called Mark Ralph, and Egg White produced Oh Please as well. So them people I didn't want to, like you said, I didn't want it to be mixed matched. I wanted someone who could grab my sound, who knows what I want, and it's worked. That's worked out completely way better for me, because we've obviously found the sound that I've wanted, and man, it's been good.
So where obviously when you started writing songs, then obviously you because your thing was football originally, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Same with me, and I became a musician because I couldn't play football anymore because I broke my leg. And it's talking to Dawkins, his thing was football, then got into music.
Yeah,
We've
all got that dreaded injury, innit? We were definitely shit at football.
It's like, thank God it ended up being half decent at music.
Yeah, I know, innit?
But when did you start writing songs then? Because obviously, you know, you'd pick up a guitar, start learning a few covers.
Yeah. Do you know what? So like when the football finished, and then I was like, I got into the music. Basically how it all happened was I was at a party that had a karaoke machine. I jumped on a karaoke machine and started singing, pissed up, and then the music boys were at that party, and like I was mates with everybody in school, but it wasn't until like these boys like who were wanting to start a band and that didn't have a singer, and they were like, "Yo, we want to start a band. We haven't got a singer. Do you want to jump on? Do you want to jump in? We're doing it for like an A-level performance thing, but I think we want to carry it on anyway." So I was like, "Fuck, no way, mate. I'm not doing that. No way." And then they ended up like persuading me, and they gave me the big chat up. They were like, "Mate, you'll be loved by everybody. There's loads of girls involved, all this." And I was like, "Girls, I'm in. Get me in." But then we were just doing covers. We were like doing like just loads of Arctic Monkeys covers. We were doing like I said, all these indie covers. And then we started to write our own tunes, and they were shit.
Yeah.
They were hot shit. But like the drummer, his name is Kieran. Like he's still one of the best drummers I've ever seen.
Right.
But he's like now in. I think he works for like I think he's like top boy at like Premier Inn or something like that. But like he would write all the songs. So I wasn't ever like, I never wrote a song. And it wasn't until basically we played a gig with this band at Bedford University for like their freshers or something, and they got a local band in, and that was us. And then I went and got some food at KFC, and I ended up getting beaten up for like no reason, and I had my jaw broken, and I was in hospital for like a week or something, or however long. But I had my jaw like plated, and I couldn't like, man, I couldn't leave my house for like fucking months and months and months because I was petrified, man. It put me into this most darkest hole, and then I'd never really suffered from depression, but before this, and then from that happening, like I said, fell into this hole, depressed, couldn't speak about it.
Right.
And I was going to all these like therapy classes and all this shit, and I was like, this is bollocks, this is bullshit. Like, I don't want to talk to some random fella. However, now looking back, it was like the biggest help I ever had. But at that time, I was like, why do I want to talk to a guy I don't know?
Yeah.
But then he was like, why don't you just like, do you write at all? Do you like? And I was like, nah, I don't write. And then like from him saying that, I kind of started writing like how I was feeling. And then kind of I never played guitar, so I was kind of writing, but like had melodies in my head. So I was kind of like singing these melodies, but had no instrument, had nothing like. So I just had songs in my head. And then I moved to London, and I went to uni in London, and then picked up the guitar, taught myself how to play guitar, and then luckily enough, just made the songs that I had in my head, and I found the melody on the guitar, and then started writing from then, and then I was like, wow, this release is unbelievable. I'm writing these songs that, like, I love. When I write a song that, if it's deep or if it's about, like at that point about all that stuff, it's when I sing it out to people, it's my way of like letting go of them feelings. And like obviously like now, like writing my second album, it's all about like me kind of learning to like, basically I was going through a relationship with a girl, and I had a relationship, and I had to learn to love. I couldn't love someone else before I could love myself, and I ended up becoming this toxic person. Right. And I thought it was her putting all this pressure on me, but it was actually the other way around. And like even like that, being able to sing the songs has helped me kind of not get over it, but like understand it. So like all these songs, and when I was starting to write, they helped me understand things, and like it was my way of letting go. And now like other people, like fans or whoever are listening to the songs, take these songs on and put them into their own life, and it's crazy, man. It's mad what a song can do.
Oh, totally. And that's why people love it though. You know, that's what separates. You know, you're saying like songs like you can have like a, as you called it, a baked pop song. So we've made it so it can, you know, we get some radio play and people.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
And then you get,
don't get me wrong. I love a baked. I love a baked pop song.
Well, it's Motown, isn't it? Most of Motown are baked pop songs.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But then you get the ones like, you know, like Stevie Wonder when he started doing his own thing, Marvin when he started doing his own thing, and they become songs that aren't baked songs. They're like an expression.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And that's what people fall in love with and love that artist forever.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a mad thing, man.
So what's that? You know, the feeling when you get the people singing the lyrics back, whatever their take is on them, they'll get their own version of what the song's about. But when you play them live and you got loads of people singing them back at you.
Yeah. Do you know what? Again, like, it's the best. Obviously, it's the best feeling. But in my head, them songs are now their songs. So like, that's why like I take every like. I would never go on a gig. I would never go to a gig lazy. No way. Like, and like this is just a conscious thing. But I don't drink before I get on stage. I wouldn't even have a sip of drink because like I know how much it meant to me to write these songs and how much they helped me. So I'm there to in a way fucking help them and like, do you know what I mean? And I'm privileged to be able to do that, man, and it's an honor to do that. So, yeah, man, I love it. It's sick.
Where do you think? Because I mean, like, you know, because you got like the soul thing, the indie thing, and obviously you've done grime track with Bugsy Malone, and you've done the drum and bass thing with Chase and Status. But what holds it all together is your voice. Yeah, because it is so unique and strong, but. Where on earth does it come from? I don't know. A lot of cigarettes, mate. No, I don't know, man. I think like, well, my grandma's a singer. So maybe it comes from my grandma, but like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just a thing. I don't know where it comes from. And like, I've got my dad's Irish, so there's a lot of like Irish like music involved. Like my granddad used to play like the accordion and stuff. So like melody, he would string a melody out of anywhere. But with the unique, like what you said about, I don't know like that. Thanks for saying that. But yeah, I don't know where it comes from, man. Lot of whiskey and a lot of brandy. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, but it's funny because the thing is, we're all great voices. You can always hear like a few influences, but then it becomes its unique thing. But this is the thing, like when I was like first started singing, I would sing and I would sing with a fucking Sheffield accent. Yeah. Because I wanted to like have the Alex Turner voice, but then I wanted the Paolo Nutini voice, and then I wanted like the Ray Charles voice. Yeah. And then it wasn't until like I started to find my own voice. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I think that's like the crossover is like a mad thing. You either stay in like that kind of like, like imitating or like trying to like copy something else, and then go into like the direction of finding your thing. And luckily enough, like I found my own thing. Yeah. And that was probably from writing songs as well, because. Well, that's what I was about to say. Yeah. That was from writing songs. Yeah, man, definitely. Because when I listen to Something in the Water, it just sounds like you. Yeah. Do you know what? When I listen to that, I think like it's mad because that was one of the first songs I wrote. Wow. So like I feel young. I feel like I still haven't really found my voice in that recording. I'm like now I've definitely found my voice. But even maybe I don't know, that was probably 3 years ago. I was still in that kind of crossover phase where I didn't really know where my voice was going. But now, like, I can't wait for you to hear the second album. And like, it's like, and especially I stopped smoking as well, and like, I fully like went athlete mode to get like the crispiest kind of best voice I could have. So yeah, my voice, and without blowing my own trumpet, it's definitely like it's
gone up a level, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
that gig we did together in, God, it seems like 1,000 years ago. It was only January.
Yeah.
It was
a
awesome.
good
I
night,
mean,
huh?
yeah, it was a great night. But I
Yeah.
mean, I've never heard Ashcroft comment about another singer ever until he saw
Oh,
you,
really?
and he was like, "He's all right, he is."
I like that. Yes, he's a. To be fair, when I met him outside with you, like he's proper sound, man.
Yeah,
But
he
I wish
is.
I knew. I wish I'd known that now, because I'd have been buzzing when I
Yeah.
know that. But no, that's well nice of him.
Yeah, but he was like finding your own voice. I was speaking to him about it, and he went through the same thing. And it was only when he started writing songs for the second Verve album, because they used to be the guitarist, and he just sort of jams, and he picked up guitar and started writing. So then all his influences, he suddenly had. Right, you've got these influences, but it's now my song. So his voice started to come through.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
Do you know what's mad about that as well? Like, I believe that, like, and I don't think I've hit it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I haven't hit this thing where there's a thing that runs over your head. And my guitarist Danny Connors, he taught me this, and I believe it. That there's a river of melody in it, and when you write a song, it hits the river of melody, it becomes a hymn, and every song in this river of melody is exactly the same. So all these songs that people hit, they're exactly the same, but with their own thing on it, which becomes this fucking mysterious kind of mystery of pure magic, and it's mad. And I want to get in a rubber dinghy and fucking float down it.
That's a great way of putting it. That is, I love that. Yeah, awesome. So your whole relationship with John Dawkins and Vam. Because obviously you were on the front cover of Music Week last week, or earlier on this week as well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but, mate. Like John Dawkins, my manager. We met. So basically, when it was all happening, I met these two random geezers, right, in a bar, and they were like, "Have you got a manager?" And this was like a week after I had got seen by the record label, and I was like, "Nah, I ain't." But fucking, I've got loads of emails, and fucking, I don't like emails. So can you do that? So they were like, "Yeah, who are the emails from?" So I was like, "Yeah, I'll take my email address and have a look, and then bell me back." And then they were like, "Fucking hell, mate! Like these emails, you've got to go into these meetings. Should we come with you? And like, we'll be your managers." So I didn't really have a fucking Scooby-Doo. I was like, "All right, cool, no problem. Like, let's do it." And then I was going into these meetings. I could tell like this record labels and all these people they were like, "Who are these random two guys?" Because I was in the meetings. I was like, "Nah, I've only just met them. So I was like, I didn't really have a clue. However, John Dawkins got onto me like that week when all the emails were coming in, and I had an email from John on Facebook, and he was like, "Hi mate, like because he saw that I went to St Mary's University, fucking hell, as a wasp. And he went to St Mary's University as well, and he was like, "I see you've got a manager. Oh no, have you got management? I'd like to, let's meet." And I was like, "Nah." And I didn't have a clue who he was. Like, "Nah, mate, I've got a manager, no problem." So he was like, "All right, cool, don't want to step on no one's toes." Then after like realizing like I've just met these guys, they don't have a clue. They've just come out of uni themselves. I messaged John back, and it was like on the 18th of December. So he'd gone back to Coventry to go and see his parents for like Christmas, and I rang him. I was like, "Yo, like, let's meet because like I've been told that you like off a friend that you're wicked, and I'd love to meet you." So he was like, "All right, no problem." And he told me that he jumped in the car from Coventry, come back to London, and we met over a Guinness. And my lawyer before that had like set up meetings for other managers as well, but like I'd never met them. From the moment I met John, it was like two people who, like, it was like we should have met, and it was like again, it was the magic thing, and we both said the same thing. We like, one, this is a great Guinness. Two, we both were like, it's going to be a lot of hard work, and it's not going to be overnight, and it's going to be And what are you in it? Are you in it for? Are you like? I remember you saying, "Are you in it for the money? Are you in it for the fame? Are you in it for the?" And I was like, "Man, I'm in it for the music, man. I'm in it to like be able to fucking tour. I'm in it. I want to travel the world. I want to meet people. And all them other things are just they're just like they're great, but
Yeah.
do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally.
And like he was in it for exactly the same thing. He wasn't in it for the money. He wasn't in it for fucking like to get fucking best manager of the year award at fucking whatever awards evening. Like he's not in it for that. He was in it for me, and I was in it for him. And yeah, now it's just fucking with like best mates. And don't get me wrong, he has to bollock me a few times. But
that's his job, though, isn't it? To look after you, but also kick you up the arse as well.
Yeah, exactly. So, and like now he's got a kid and stuff, but it's mad. Like I've kind of grown up with him on my side, and it's sick, man. He'll be in my life forever, and he'll be my manager forever. And I think it's important to have that relationship with a management, because, like, at the end of the day, he's my mate, but he's obviously doing all these fucking deals and like he's setting everything up for me. So yeah, man, it's good. He's sick, and I love him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, I was talking to him about you as well, and I got him to pick the 3 records that he's most proud of in his career. And obviously, he was like the Enemy, because that's the first one.
Yeah.
The Exit Calm album, because he had to sell one of his paintings to fund it, and then he was like Lighting Matches.
Yeah.
And then he was going, but the next one, but you know, it's not out yet, so I can't tell you about it.
I know, like we like before this fucking lockdown stuff, like because it was meant to come out soon, and like we were like sitting in the car, and then we both turned to each other, we're like, this shit, like I hate to say this because I love Lighting Matches. I will never put it in but it shits all over Lighting Matches.
Great. Well, that's what you want it to be, though, don't you?
Yeah, of course, innit? And like, I cannot wait for people to hear it, man.
Yeah,
it's gonna be good. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I mean, how are you getting on with the whole impatience of it as well? Because you know, because everything's. I know you've been able to put, do the video for Oh Please, get it released, and you're doing loads of stuff. Like you got online gig tonight, but it's that thing of like, I've got the shows ready. It's ready to come out.
Yeah, man. Obviously, there's a part of me that's fucking I had to like take the selfish brain out because of all this mad stuff that's going on. So I cannot be selfish in that way, because we all had a plan, and we all, like, not only did I have a plan, you had a plan.
Yeah.
Like my neighbour had a plan. All these people had a plan. So I can't really say like, I'm pissed off, because I'm not.
Yeah.
And health is most important. But like, I am fucking sitting on this thing where I'm like, come on, man, I just want to get it out, and and fucking people ain't ready. But I think like it will happen, and I just hope it doesn't happen in like 2-3 years, because imagine we locked down for that. We won't. Obviously, I'm just exaggerating, but the time will come. I've just got to be patient and just keep believing in the album that I've got, and we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah, and also I think when it eventually comes out, when we can get, you can do the touring again, all the fans you've already got, they're going to be like this, come on, when it actually comes out, because there'll be that extra time, because they know it's coming, because you put out 2 singles, and they're like...
Yeah, exactly. I get messages, they're like, loads of people like, just put it out, and like, my reply is like, I wish I could, and I would if I could, but like, I've fully believe this is going to be an important album, and I don't want it to get lost, and also I don't want to be an artist to put an album out in isolation and go, look at me, I've got an album out while there's fucking loads of people like dying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So man.
Yeah, totally. So okay, so you've done the album. We know it's going to come out soon.
Yeah.
What is it, right? What is it that drives you about music? I know you got the river of melody of the hymns.
Yeah.
What is that feeling? Can you describe it? Because a lot of people watching this think we just make music, but they don't understand why we do it. Yeah.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, for me, it's like doing a drug for the first time that's never been invented, and saying to your mate, fucking, should we do this or not? And then your mate goes, I don't know, and you go, and you go, fuck it, I'm doing it, and I'm gonna fly with it, and then you end up getting getting this best new drug ever, and you're like, yes, I don't want it to end.
Yeah.
And for me, that's what it is. It's a buzz. It's an outlet. It's a thing that if I didn't do it, I would go mad. And like, do you know what I mean? It's like if a gardener plants a plant. A gardener wants to see this plant flourish and blossom and become like this fucking tree that lives for years and lives for centuries. And yeah, I walked past a tree the other day, this dog walk, and like it's an old tree, and so many people must have walked past this tree, and like that's what I would want. That's what I want. I want something that lives fucking forever, man. And and hopefully influences people's lives and changes people's lives and makes people think and also gives people a good time to party to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally. Because that's the other side of music. It's a blast, isn't it?
Party, mate. Yeah, man. I'm very lucky to be able to do it, man. So I want to be like an old 70-year-old geezer getting on stage, like blasting it out, mate.
Yeah, it'll be, you know what I mean? And I'll be like, I don't know, 90 years old, going, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. O, please, Sir Thomas Grennan.
Oh, mate, that's happening. It's happening.
Look, thanks so much for this chat. It's been fantastic,
mate. Lovely to speak to you, man.
Oh, likewise. I've got one question for you.
Go on.
Right, because we put links to music, so we're putting links to This Is the Place, Oh Please, and so people go onto Amazon and buy it instead of just streaming it for free.
Wicked.
Pick 3 songs not by you that you love.
That I love?
Yeah.
I'd go Back to Black by Amy Winehouse, 100%, because she's just the queen of my life, and she's like my hero. I'd go Purple Pills by D12.
Wicked.
Just because, like, it's unbelievable. And I'd probably go Georgia by Ray Charles.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Classy.
Classic tune.
Class.
Yeah, man.
Well, I think that sums it up.
Yeah,
man. Very class, Mr. Tom Grennan. You're a legend.
Thank you so much.
Dude. And hopefully, in the not too distant future,
I'll
be seeing you in real life.
100%, mate. We'll have to share a stage again, man.
Oh, that's 100% dead done deal.
100%. Mate, it's been wicked.